Hello there YouTube. In this video, we are going to be talking about Wuthering Waves Gacha System and everything you need to know about it before the release. I will be drawing similarities between Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves to make it more simpler for you to understand. Starting off with the banners, also known as convenes in Wuthering Waves. How convenient, right? Okay, I'll be done with the puns, right? So, to wish on these convene banners or to convene on these banners, you require something called the asteroids to buy tides to Wuthering Waves. Very nice naming system, by the way, Wuthering Waves. So, you can exchange 160 asteroid, very similar to 160 Primo Gems, for 1 Lustrous Tide, 1 Radiant Tide, and 1 Forging Tide. Now, these are 3 different types of wishes as compared to 2 in Genshin Impact. Now, let me explain what these 3 different types of wishes are. The Lustrous Tide, or the standard wishes which you require to summon on the standard banner, Novice banner, and the standard weapon banner. Radiant Tides are your character event convenes. Forging Tides are your weapon banner event wishes or weapon banner convenes. Now, we have to remember this that limited character banner and the limited weapon banner have different types of wishes, so just keep that in mind. So what exactly can you obtain from conveniently convening on these banners? You can obtain 3-star weapons, 4-star weapons, 4-star characters, 5-star weapons, and 5-star characters. A key thing to remember is that the characters on Wuthering Waves are called resonators, so you can resonate with them. Kind of nice naming culture, I like it. Now let's move on to the in-game currencies you receive after summoning for the characters or convening for the characters, as Wuthering Waves like to call it. Alright, in Wuthering Waves you receive Oscillate Corals and Afterglow Corals. Oscillate Corals are your Stardust in Genshin Impact, and Afterglow Corals are your Masterless Star Glitter in Genshin Impact. Oscillate Corals are what you receive after getting every 3-star weapon, and Afterglow Corals are what you receive after getting 5-star or 4-star weapons and resonators. For every 4-star weapon, you receive 3 Afterglow Corals. For every 5-star weapon, you receive 15 Afterglow Corals. For the 4-star resonators, on the first copy of any resonator, you do not receive any Afterglow Corals. However, from the 1st to the 6th duplicate, you receive 3 Afterglow Corals, and you also receive 1 Constellation / Wave Band for that resonator. From the 7th duplicate onwards, you receive 8 Afterglow Corals. For 5-star resonators, you do not receive any Afterglow Corals on the first copy of the 5-star resonator. Similarly, from every 1st to 6th duplicate / wave band for the resonator, you receive 15 Afterglow Corals. From the 7th duplicate onwards, you receive 40 Afterglow Corals. The quantity of Afterglow Corals you receive from the 5-star resonators are inherently more than what you receive in Genshin Impact, and it is actually a very nice thing because of the item exchange shop that we have in game. As you can see in this picture over here, for the Afterglow Coral shop, we can obtain every single type of tide we require at the cost of 8 Afterglow Corals. We also have wave bands, 2 duplicates for the limited 5-star character and every single standard 5-star character. I can also see there's a 4-star. I believe it changes accordingly in cycles, so that's totally fine. Another thing to keep in mind is that the cost of wave bands for the limited 5-star characters is 33% more than the cost of wave bands for the standard 5-star characters, so please keep that in mind, everyone. Now, if you have a question whether you should save your Afterglow Corals for the tides or for the wave bands, the answer is yes and no. Well, I did the math for you. 360 Afterglow Corals is equivalent to 45 wishes on the character banner, which doesn't exactly guarantee you a 5-star, more so you can also lose the 50-50. However, it guarantees you a 5-star duplicate over here. But if you really want to build a pity and you are okay with getting a 5-star in the process, then I guess using that on the 45 wishes is probably better. But as for me, I would be holding on to my Afterglow Corals for the longest time before I decide what to do with them. Let's move on to the convenes. Now, first, let's start with the Novice convene and the standard banner convene. These are literally the same. I mean, they both have the same rates for 5 stars, 4 stars, and also have the same types of wishes or tides they use for the summon ticket. They also have the same 5-star character pool or the 5-star resonator pool. So they're basically the same. However, you get one 5-star resonator for guarantee after 50 convenes on the Novice banner as compared to 80 on the standard banner. And there is also a 20% discount, so you will only need 40 tides to get a 5-star character, which in my opinion is a steal, and everyone should try to pull on the Novice banner first. But once you get a 5-star, if you get it early, then you run out, you don't go back to it again, because it doesn't say that you can get another 5-star at 50. So I'm not so sure about it, okay? Now let's move on to the standard weapon banner, which also uses Lustrous Tide to summon. The 5-star rate is 0.8%, the 4-star rate is 6%, and this weapon banner has 5 different archetypes of weapon which you can select from. Once you select a weapon archetype, you will require 80 convenes to pull for that particular weapon of your selection, and you are guaranteed to get the weapon you want after 80 summons. The character event convene or the character rate of banners. First, we are getting a banner for Ji Yan, and then we'll be getting a banner for Yin Lin. Now, these were the banner according to the closed beta 2, so there might be changes once the patch goes live on 22nd of May. The 5-star rates are 0.8%, the 4 stars are 6%. Your hard pity is 80 pulls. However, you can lose the 50-50 to a standard 5-star resonator if you're unlucky, so it can technically take you about 160 summons or 160 convenes to get the rate of resonator, so please keep that in mind, everyone. At last but not the least, we have the biggest W among all the W's in Wuthering Waves, the weapon convene, where you are guaranteed to get the limited 5-star weapon after 80 summons. 100%. There is no losing 50-50 here. There's no 33-75. There is no ratios. You pull 80 times, you get the weapon, you're out of the weapon banner. That's it. It uses a special type of wish, but you are guaranteed the weapon, so it's a fair deal in my personal opinion. I'm very excited for 22nd of May. I hope you're too. This will be all for the video today. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.